Hello, welcome to Souls Intersect. This reading is for Gemini Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, and it's for the month of February 2017. I'm going to take you through the cards first because I know they're hard to read. From the top left, we have the Empress, the Queen of Swords, and the Lovers. And then in the second row from the left, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. And then on the bottom from the left, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So lots of court cards. I do remember you had the Empress last month, I believe. And it was really speaking to this sense of being your own mother in a way and reassuring yourself. I believe that was Gemini's, I'm almost certain. This month, I definitely feel some of that. I also feel the traditional meaning of actual motherhood, especially with the Seven of Pentacles there too. The one in this deck has that pregnant woman. In general, it has to do with a waiting period, a seed that's been planted and waiting for that to blossom. But I definitely sense that for some of you, it is pregnancy, so it is very literal. I get the sense that I see you coming up as the Queen of Swords, Geminis. This is your element, and I do feel like it's representing you this month. It feels in general that always means to me like it's a good month for being yourself. I also feel that there may be some emotional things that you're meant to speak up about on some level. And most likely in relation to a partnership, because we have both the Two of Cups and the Lovers, both represent a union, and I feel like it's a really strong spiritual union and also a strong sense of compatibility between the two. It's possible that one of these other court cards is representing a partner. I feel like that's most likely the Queen of Cups. I'll come to the court cards at the bottom in a second. It's interesting having all of the court cards like that in a row. I feel like the Queen of Cups may be another person. This could be a water sign in your life. It doesn't have to be. My sense is that this person is seeking to receive that message from you, where I felt like part of the reason you're coming up as the sword element, that air element, has to do with that verbal communication aspect. And I feel that this Queen of Cups is meant to receive that, and I feel that it is an emotional message. So feelings, something that it seems like you've been waiting to address someone about. That Seven of Pentacles energy is telling me that it may have gotten put on the back burner for some reason, but it's something that has been simmering for quite some time. So it could be someone that you're with already, but it could also be a love interest that you're meant to come forward to this month. I am getting now actually with the Knight of Pentacles that could be another person in your life. And by the way, with the Queens, it could be male or female, as you probably know. It doesn't have to necessarily both be female. The Knight of Pentacles feels to me like maybe what might be part of the reason that this other thing has been put on the back burner. I'm getting the sense of having to close a door with someone, needing closure, some things that needed to be sorted out. It could be a past relationship, could have even been something like a divorce, waiting for proceedings to go through, or just some loose ends that needed to be tied up with someone. And maybe not even a love interest. It could be in relation to something else that was taking your attention related to this Knight of Pentacles. It has that slower aspect of that Seven of Pentacles. And so I feel like that a person was responsible for that, or at least linked to whatever the delay was in some way. So those cards feel pretty linked to me. I am getting the message again that it could be a past relationship with children. So definitely some of that, something around waiting for a divorce to go through, or it could still be a separation where you might be waiting for some decisions to be made. They could have to do with custody, because I feel like these 2 pages are children for some of you. It could be a child that is a fire sign and one that's an earth sign. It could also be speaking to how they're handling the situation. I sense that one is probably younger and young enough that maybe it's not that they don't know what's going on, but that, or it could be their personality, not necessarily because of their age, but the sense that I'm getting is that they're more flexible, they're able to let things roll off of them, a little bit more happy-go-lucky for right now. And it could be because of age. The Page of Wands is feeling like a younger figure, but just one that seems to be handling this well, whereas this Page of Pentacles to me seems to not be handling it as well. So I feel like it's coming up in the reading, if that speaks to you, that it has to do with 2 children and how well or not well they're handling something. It might not be a divorce. It could be, it does feel like it's in relation to your standing in a relationship, though, in some way. And I suppose that could also be like a business partnership, something like that. But I'm getting a lot more of the romantic type of energy, especially with the 2 of Cups and the Lovers. But I feel like why it's coming up in the reading and I'm getting information about their feelings and how they're handling it, I think that that's because it's also something that you're meant to address and speak up about. Because I never have a sign come up just as their element for just that reason, just to represent them. For me, the Court cards almost always represent, they give more information about the situation, state of mind or events or certain things. And I do feel you're this Queen of Swords, and especially with it coming up next to the Empress, I feel like there's something that needs to be spoken up about or addressed in relation to possibly 2 children and 2 states of mind that they're dealing with. If you don't have children and it's not in relation to a marriage, this could also be something that needs to come up, something that you need to speak up about in relation to something from your past. Doesn't necessarily have to be childhood. It could be later, adolescence, or even just when you were younger. And in that case, I still feel like they're representing kind of what those elements represent. It seems to me like I got bipolar for somebody. I don't know. Yeah, and also for that, what could be going on the mental level with the Queen of Swords is needing to face a truth about that or address it in some way or work through it mentally, just somehow come into balance with it mentally. Because I feel like 2 different energies with this Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. So that's another read. But again, it could also just be either 2 things that happened in your past or 2 things that just the sense of ambiguity or even ambivalence about something. Like it feels mostly related to an event and some confusion about how you felt about it, where maybe something happened where you felt okay on one level and also very challenged and even depressed on another level. It feels to me like that's something that you're meant to go back to right now. The other thing with the Lovers coming up and the 2 of Cups is I'm just getting this sense overall of this karmic energy, this idea that whatever transition might be happening now, and it could be from one partner to another, that you're getting better in touch with who you're meant to link with karmically. So it feels like if you have met someone new, that they are very compatible with you. That's that energy I picked up on at the beginning of the reading. But there's just seems to be some kind of baggage or some loose ends that need to be tied up. So there's that beautiful energy of that partnership, and I just get the sense overall that it really needs to be treated with care. And on the mental level, and also careful words, because there's so many people in this. And I would say the most likely scenario is that two of them are partners, maybe a past one and a new one, or a potential one, and two other figures. It could be someone else's children as well. It doesn't have to be children, but they are definitely part of this package in some way, and they seem to be challenging the situation in some way. Things need to be addressed with those two figures before all of this can be sorted out. And I come back to that idea of needing to treat whatever this is this month with great care and the patience of that Seven of Pentacles card. This is like that moment where the woman, it could even represent like the 7th month of pregnancy, where she's eager but also knows there's quite a bit of time left and feels very ready, but also might be nervous. And in this card, in this moment, she's able to appreciate being in the moment. She's letting the sun shine on her. She's just enjoying her body the way that it is and taking care of herself in that moment. That's where you need to be. That's how to get centered. And it reminds me of that reading from last month too. Being that for yourself. Because although there are all these things happening with all of these figures, you're the most important, and you need to focus on that first. All right, Geminis, if you have any questions about this reading or about my services, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. And you can go to my website. The address is below. There's more information there as well. All right, take care and have a good month of February.